After my father's death, I received his military pension. At that time, I didn't work. I lived solely off that pension. I was around 20 years old, and I think that 8 months later, I rented an apartment and started living alone. It was at that time that I started spending money compulsively. At times, I would spend 1,000 rands a day on clothing. One day I went to a supermarket and filled the cart twice without the need of buying any of the items I was purchasing. But I kept splurging my money and it became a snowball.
Because of her debts, Narjada looked for an evangelical church in 2010.
In September of that year, I was baptized. At first, I thought that was what I wanted, but I wasn't feeling pleased. In the last day of 2011, I considered taking my own life. There was a person who lived in the building where I lived, and that person took me to the Grace of God church. I went there feeling devastated, and I came out completely different. It was as if the Lord was giving me another opportunity for me to be happy. Even during the hardest times when I didn't even have any food at home, I kept being a faithful tither. I've never stopped returning the tithe because for me that was a commitment. I think that 1 month later,
Have to give God an opportunity so that your life improves.
after the conversation I had with her, God really opened up my eyes in a wonderful way. I started to hear about a sponsorship, but I didn't know what it was all about. So I paid 1 month but failed to pay the other. I paid when I could. My financial situation was still difficult. But then I decided that I would. Every month, just as I returned the tithe, I would make offers and become a sponsor.
I also asked her, do you own a house? She said no, because she couldn't afford to buy a house. I said, God does want to give you a blessing.
On that same day, I talked to a bank manager. And from that moment on, God sent people who had been enabled by Him to help me out. So after 10 days, she said that the papers hadn't been approved. But judging from her silence, I understood it was God speaking to her ears. Don't give up.
I said, look, God is not a man that He should lie, nor a son of man that He should not fulfill His word. She began to trust those words because those weren't my words. They are in the Bible.
7 days later, at 6 o'clock, I received a phone call from the bank manager. She was at the bank. She said to me, I will give you a present. Your mortgage letter was approved. At that moment, my reaction was to cry and to thank the Lord. It was on February of 2018. This house that I bought has a living room, 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, a bathroom, and an area on the upper floor. In September of 2019, I was offered a job opportunity as an operator. I am very happy. I am very thankful.
Today, Narjada's financial life is under control.
People look at my life from 2011 onwards and look at my life today and believe in God, even without being Christians. So for me, God is my beginning, my middle, and my end. God was my best choice.
Praise the Lord. He'll be your best choice too.